Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Bitter Rivals podcast, powered by TGEM. I am Avery. This is Gitano, and I don't know if I already said this is episode 45, and there's a lot going on. So there wasn't actually many games because of the All-Star break, but we do have the All-Star break to talk about. We have some rocky situations going on in Chicago.
We got some Olympic puck to talk about.
We got some Olympic puck, women's Olympic puck. Canada's up 23-2 over their first two games. They've scored 23 goals and allowed 2, so
they're kind of good.
They're faring well.
Yeah.
Gitano has got some Carey Price discussions to have, and so let's get started. We'll start like we always do. Toronto Maple Leafs. Another heart-wrenching comeback win for some reason. I feel more comfortable with the team being down 3-1 than up 3-1. I forgot. I think that game ended up being a 7-4 game with a couple empty netters, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. They stormed back to make it 5-4. Austin Matthews with a hat trick, and similar situation to what they did on Saturday night. This game was on Monday night.
That was against the Devils, right?
Wings. Yeah, pardon?
Yeah, it was against the Devils, right, on Monday?
Yeah, Monday against the Devils, Saturday against the Detroit Red Wings, and then Tuesday we just absolutely blew them out. Like, it was a 7-1 game, and it was not close. It seemed like everything we were putting on net was going in, and they had, like, no actual scoring opportunities, and it was just a perfect hockey game, nearly. And, after that, we moved into the All-Star break. But before we get to that, Gitano, why don't you go on a little bit of Montreal, give us some Montreal information.
So Montreal only played the one game this week. I think it was Monday or Tuesday night against Columbus. Lost 6-4 or 6-3 or 6-4. Second and third periods really good, but we spotted him 4 goals in the first. Montembeault didn't last 10 minutes. Primo actually played really well the two and a bit periods he played. But like, you're just not going to win games giving teams 4-goal leads in the first period. You're just not. But
and actually similar situation with Toronto is in that first New Jersey game, Jack Campbell actually got pulled after allowing 3 on 9 shots in the first 10 minutes. So
it's just, you can win games spotting a team 3 or 4 in the first, but Montreal is not going to.
No.
But the big thing that day was the Carey Price presser before the game. So it was the first time he spoke to the media since, would have been the Stanley Cup final, Game 5 after that. So it was just great to see him, talking to the media. He looked really good, sounded really good. Couple of the big things he said was that he was planning on playing this year still. Actually, the quote here would be, "It's a big part of my identity, for one. Being a goaltender for the Montreal Canadiens has been my life for over a decade. To be able to put on that sweater again is what's keeping me motivated at this point." So that's great. Love to hear that from him. Someone also asked him about potentially leaving Montreal. He said that that's not even crossed his mind. He signed for the length that he signed with the no move, with the intention of being a Montreal Canadian. So that's not even crossed his mind. So that's, as a Habs fan, fantastic to hear. Yeah, but he looked good. He sounded good. Everything sounded like it was going good. Hopefully we see him back this year. Really, really hoping we do. We could use them.
Yeah, what do you guys have? 8 wins?
Something like that. I think you actually have
8 wins, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But that is it for Montreal news, because then we only played the one and then went into All-Star weekend.
Yeah, so All-Star weekend, speaking of it, they had an opportunity to make it really good, and they just somehow blew it again.
You know what? The skills competition was actually quite fun. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed that more than I've enjoyed a skills competition in a very long time.
But
they really leaned into the Vegas for it, and it was great.
Yeah, no, I that's what I mean. They had an opportunity, and I think that's what I like with the cool events that they had, like the one in the Bellagio fountain. That was so cool.
Yeah, shout out Nick Suzuki for shooting in that. He was great.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was all right. Oh wait, can we talk? Was it Jocelyn Lamoureux Davidson fucking lit that up? That lit that event up.
Yeah, she did.
She was fucking.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, because I think it was Huberdeau took 40 seconds.
Yeah.
And then the next guy up was Giroux, and I think he was at like 28 or something like that. And then she comes up and posts like a 16.
Like she was killer. Like she was phenomenal in that.
Yeah. Hardest shot, Victor Hedman. Wasn't surprised to see that.
Timo Meier. I don't know where he came from with a fucking 100-something mile an hour clapper. He was like 101, I think. Like that was incredible. I didn't see that from him at all.
No, that was cool. Tom Wilson, all-star.
Yeah, Tom Wilson. He was using Jack Eichel's sticks, eh?
Was he?
See that clip? Yeah. I forget who he was talking to, but it was one of like someone was mic'd up and they were like talking about the sticks for the hardest shot. And he goes, "Oh yeah, these are Eichel's. They gave me one of Eichel's because it was like a higher flex."
Eichel's wild, eh?
Yeah.
Can't wait for him to get back in the league. I was looking back at that 2015 draft the other day. It like the top 10 is just silly.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. Like that's you could throw that up there with I think 05 was one of the other like fucking just like stacked all the way through.
Yeah, just a silly amount of NHLers, like solid top line NHLers came out of that draft. But yeah, back to the skills competition. I liked that, like the 21 and 22. That was a great concept.
Yeah, but the execution was a little off. But
that's what I'm trying to say.
The idea was fucking killer. It was great.
Yeah, and it wasn't even live. Like they pre-recorded it on the strip during the day. Yeah, which was also kind of annoying. To be 100% honest with you.
Yeah. But I mean, I think some of the other guys had other events to do, right? So you couldn't be fucking like. You couldn't.
They did the one in the Bellagio.
That one wasn't live.
Are you sure?
I'm like 99% sure the Bellagio fountain and the 21 for 22 weren't live.
I thought the Bellagio one was because the 21 and 22 was like there was light. The Bellagio, it was dark.
True, maybe because I know Suzuki was one of the passers in the accuracy, so I know he was out there like not in any equipment, so I don't think that they fucking like had him out there in his equipment, brought him out there, brought him back to get back in his equipment to fucking pass in the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Me, it just doesn't make any sense that they would have done that. It makes a lot more sense that they would have pre-recorded that.
Yeah. Anyway, it was kind of annoying. I didn't like it. I was frustrated, and then the All-Stars like how. Like Trevor Zegras.
Okay, so let's just before we get to breakaway competition, Campbell and Vasilevsky won save streak. They were great for the Atlantic. Sebastian Aho won accuracy shooting. Fucking barely hit that target.
Yeah, by like an inch.
Oh, like just took a little fucking chunk of it, just that little bit, but he got it. And then fastest skater. Where the fuck did Jordan Kyrou come from?
Yeah. Yeah, he beat McDavid, Makar.
McDavid finished fourth. Like, I'd have fucking happily bet the house on McDavid winning that.
Yeah, good thing he didn't.
All right. So now let's get into the breakaway challenge.
How does Trevor Zegras not win?
Okay, so like, what? There's 5 shooters, right?
Yeah.
Zegras.
So
Kirill,
it went dollar bill Kirill. Then it was it Zegras right after Kirill?
I think so.
And then
Jack Hughes
and Mini Hughes.
Debrincat doing hangover.
Debrincat and then Petro. Yeah.
So like the first 4. So let's start with Kirill doing the 2009 Ovi impression from the All-Star Game in Montreal. Phenomenal. Yeah, took off his Wild jersey, had the Ovi jersey, the bucket, the Gatorade, the whole fucking thing. Used the wrong-handed stick, like great, like super fun stuff. Did the hot stick celebration, like amazing. Zegras steps up, and I'll let you because you love this, so I'll let you describe it.
Okay, so I honestly don't even know how he like it looked like he had glue on the toe of his blade of his stick. Because first of all, he's blindfolded. He rips off all his stuff, and he's got the dodgeball, like Vince Vaughn dodgeball.
The average Joe's gym.
The average Joe's like uniform on. So that was stellar to begin with. He then has a blindfold put on him. He then puts, I think it was
like
Hughes
from the movie. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah,
and then proceeds to one hand Michigan the puck onto his blade somehow. This is blindfolded.
Yeah. And skating down the ice.
Oh, and dodgeballs are getting thrown at him. And he keeps the puck on his stick, moving it back and forth with one hand on his stick, and it never touches the ice. And he scored.
Yeah, he did like a 360 and like whipped it into the net. Like,
it was absolutely the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen somebody do with a hockey stick.
Like, and so when I first watched it, I thought he missed. I didn't see him score, but I was like, oh, like that was still really cool, even though he didn't score. And then they showed the replay, and it goes in. I was like, oh, like that's
the coolest thing I've ever seen on a rink, like
ever. You'll never see anything cooler than that until the next All-Star game when Zegras does something even fucking crazier.
Like, that was insane. And he didn't win. Like, that's the okay. We'll go on for the rest of them. So next up was
Jack Hughes.
Jack Hughes. So he does a kind of magic.
So it's Vegas.
Yeah, it's Vegas. So he did a little mini Jack Hughes, and it was actually, I think it was the Devils trainer's son.
Yeah,
was the kid in the magic box, and he just like skates up to a box, throws a bunch of hockey equipment in it, and then a kid comes flying out, mini Jack Hughes,
and then they did
pulls the same move that he just failed, and scores. And then they do the double stick toss, which was a nice touch.
Yeah, and like I don't know. I mean, obviously they tried to do it synchronized, but like they nailed it. Like it was like perfectly synchronized.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. The double stick toss. It was unbelievable. Yeah. Okay, and then up next was Debrincat.
Yeah. He did. So he was dressed as Alan from The Hangover with the baby on his like strapped to himself. Then he had who's the football player from the Las Vegas Raiders? I don't know his name.
Quarterback Derek Carr.
Him. So he came out. Someone dressed as Mike Tyson dragging a stuffed tiger, and then someone else dressing up as the other guy from The Hangover. I don't remember his name. But anyway, so they did. They're all characters from The Hangover. He took a pass from like the quarterback there. Yeah, threw him a football, took it and dangled the goalie. Again, like just great fun stuff. Like super, built into the Vegas thing. Like it was really, really fun. And then Petro came and ruined everything.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the first part of his thing was.
So the first part was he literally just went on a breakaway and missed. And then the camera like cut to like Carrot Top, the comedian magician guy, like screaming at him to like screaming at him to do it again, which I was like, okay, that's fun, like leading into like the Vegas thing, like that's kind of fun. And then the Vegas, they had like their drummers all come out and they like made a line, and then he just kind of went down the middle of the line and missed again
and won for some odd reason, like after Zegras pulled off the craziest thing that we've ever seen on ice. Like
any of those first four could have won, and I would have been okay with. Like
no, Zegras had to win.
No, okay, but you know what I mean. Like if they had said fucking like Debrincat or Kirill or Hughes had won, like you'd be like, okay, like I get it. Like they did. Yeah, some,
but Petro was actually the worst one.
Petro was just fucking awful.
Yeah, Petro. Nobody knew why the hell he was there in the first place.
No, I had said that they should have swapped him and Timo Meier, have Petro and Hardishot and Timo Meier in the breakaway competition, because then that just kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Sure it does.
Yeah, I have no idea why he was in there at all, and then they just give him the win because Vegas.
Yeah.
And one of the things I didn't even think about it until I saw someone tweet about it after. They're like, people bet money on the breakaway challenge. Like you could have bet money on that. And because John Hamm gave his buddy a fucking score of 19, like people lost money.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous. And the NHL is like, I know they're trying to get serious about betting. Like you can't have that bullshit.
Yeah. No, that's wild.
Yeah. All right. Anyway. And then on to the actual All-Star game itself.
I honestly don't even remember what happened. I think the Metro won.
The Metro did win. Claude Giroux was the All-Star. MVP. He was great. No real great moments. Like couple okay goals. Actually, Giroux had one nice goal.
Giroux's goal was filthy. He absolutely sent that goaltender into the corner.
Oh, like it was hilarious. But yeah, other than that, nothing really special about it.
It was just another All-Star game.
Yeah, Machine Gun Kelly performed and nobody knew who he was.
I doubt that.
Well, I mean, if they did know who he was, they didn't act like it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was All-Star Weekend. Yippee!
Yeah.
Boy, I'm glad we didn't go to the Olympics. Anyway.
All right.
Moving on to some Olympic puck.
I was saying I got to fill in the blank for you. Just sticking with the All-Star, and then we can go into Olympics. If you were an All-Star, what event would you be competing in?
I'd probably be doing the. I'd probably either be doing accuracy or breakaway challenge.
Okay. I've seen you on breakaways, and you're fucking disgusting. So, and I feel like you're creative enough that you come up with some fun shit. So, like, I back that.
Yeah, the only thing is I can't do any Michigan stuff. Like that's the one thing that I just have never been able to do is any of that crazy shit. But I guess I could try.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna get.
Yeah,
we'll get to. We're going to the rink later. We'll work on some breakaway stuff.
Yeah,
and what?
As in, you can. I'm not.
We got some pads too for our buddy there, so we're gonna have a goalie.
Yeah, no. So me, I'm not like a high skill guy. I'm a high effort guy. So I would be fastest skater.
Yeah, I could see that fastest skater.
You've seen me fly around the rink. I got wheels when I turn them on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like none of that. Like hardest shot, I don't have a slap shot. You've seen that firsthand. Breakaways, I'm meh. I'm not creative. I want to score. So I would have been the jackass in the save streak that just fucking ruins all the goalies' save streak. That would have been me. Just
bar down on all of them. Steven Stamkos. Bing!
Oh, yeah. But yeah, fastest skater for sure.
Yeah, no, I think I would agree with that nomination for you. Anyway, moving on to the Olympics. Has the men's even started yet? No way.
They've not started yet. I think they start Thursday.
Well, the women are absolutely ridiculously good. Our Canadian women are just dominant.
I mean, like, look, we expected them to be this good, but like, it's still just so incredible to see it.
Yeah,
like they're disgusting.
Throwing up double-digit goals in both games so far,
and like for fun.
Yeah, like just ridiculous.
So 12-1 they beat Switzerland. And then 11-1 they beat Finland.
Yeah, and I think Finland's like, isn't Finland supposed to be like decent?
Yeah, Finland's supposed to be decent. And then we actually have the Olympic athletes of Russia tonight at 11 p.m.
And I don't think they're very good. I think I saw the States beat them 5-0 and outshot them 63-12. So.
Yeah. And everyone's scoring. That's the thing. Like, as far as I've seen, it's been pretty spread out. I know a couple people have got hat tricks. I think Sarah Nurse put up a hat trick the other night. Marie-Philippe Poulain's got a couple. Like, it's just, they're so good. Yeah.
Dominant. Absolutely dominant. They look like just, and when you watch them play, they're just in a different class than everybody else. Like, it's not even
other than the States.
Yeah, them in the States. Like, those are the two teams. They're just in a different ballpark.
Like, it feels like they're not playing the same sport sometimes.
Well, it feels like you're watching like a AAA team take on like a house league team. Like, that's honest to God, that's what
I've been on the receiving end as a house league team a lot of those times, and yeah, like that's accurate.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to fill in the blank for you, Ave. Your favorite Marie-Philippe Poulain goal for Team Canada is blank.
The one she scored last summer, Tizzy Bar Dizzy, in the Women's World Championship final, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Marie-Philippe Poulain, bar down. I couldn't say that. Sorry. I shaking off some cobwebs still from good old Saturday night. But yeah, no, that's my favorite. What a just absolutely.
Yeah, because they played for like
lethal.
3 minutes. They played like 3 minutes after that because they didn't know it went in. It was that perfectly bar down.
Yeah, it was lethal. It was like nobody is stopping that.
No. You throw Vasilevsky in that, he's not stopping that. That was a picture perfect shot.
Yeah, bar down.
Yeah. So my favorite's got to be Sochi, overtime winner for the gold medal. Well, she actually scored the tying goal and then the OT winner. Yeah. That's just fucking big dick energy.
Yeah.
Against the States, tie it up like the last minute and then fucking score the OT winner. Like,
Yeah.
For Olympic gold, like it doesn't get bigger than that. That is the
Yeah, that
biggest
cemented
stage to
her
do
as one
that.
of Canada's hockey greats right there.
Oh, like instantly.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah, the tire in the winner.
she kind of already was at that point, but like, and if anyone had scored that, like whoever scored that winning goal kind of gets that moment. But to have her do it too is just fucking like she's legit a goat. Legit.
Yeah, spectacular. Spectacular.
Yeah. So the men, I believe they kick off, or their first puck drop is, I want to say it's Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look all right. You know, I feel like that's going to be a decent team for them.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's the thing is though is I found with like the whole Olympics, like not even just hockey, when the men said they weren't like the world, or when the NHL said they weren't going, man, I just have not had any interest in the entire Olympic Games since. I don't know why. I just can't bring myself to be in like.
See, I'm the exact opposite. I'm the kind of guy that like when the Olympics are on, I've always got them on my TV, and I just support Team Canada for fucking like everything. We're talking like luge, fucking curling, in the Olympics, like fucking like water polo. I'm getting fucking super into it every time.
Yeah, no, see, I just, I don't know. I'm not that into, and like, especially it being in Beijing and like just the situation that we're in, I'm just not there for it. Like, did you see what happened to David Krejci?
No.
Landed and tested positive, and now he might be stuck there for like over a month.
Fuck.
Yeah, like I'm not interested, and I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of bad, but it is what it is. Speaking of bad, let's get into a Chicago Blackhawks discussion here.
Again. Like it feels like we have to do this too often, Abe.
If you haven't, for the listeners, if you haven't seen the clip of Rocky Wirtz responding to Mark Lazarus's question at the town hall, the Blackhawks town hall that they hosted. Like, how do you... Anyway, if you haven't seen that clip, I really do encourage you to go see that clip and use it as a reference point for how not to act. That's what I would encourage you to do, because that is some of the most deplorable, despicable, dickhead behavior I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how else to describe what, like, I couldn't, if I spent weeks trying to formulate a worse response to that question. So first, let's start with the question. The question was basically, moving forward, because of the Kyle Beach situation, what has your organization, what has the business done to protect players and empower players to make sure that something like that does not happen again?
Can I just interject and say he literally could have just said nothing. He could have completely ignored the question, moved on to the next question. That would have been a better answer than what he said.
Yes.
And that is speaking volumes.
Yes. Yes. So he begins his answer competitively by waving off everybody else on stage. He's on stage with his son, Danny, who has been doing lots of work. Actually, he's been the only guy in that entire organization who has been doing work for exactly what the question was, what for the future, right? Like, that's what he's been doing. And same with the other two executives that were on stage there, right? They actually wanted to answer this question. But Rocky, the owner of the team and chairman of the team, says, I got this. And he goes on a rant saying that we are not going to speak about Kyle Beach. We are moving. He basically, like, I'll make it short. I paid the money. I'm not getting asked about this anymore. I don't want to talk about it. I paid the money for the lawyers. I paid the settlement. I don't want to talk about it anymore. That's what he said. I'm rich. You're not. Fuck off. That's what Rocky Wirtz said.
And like, I don't know how you say that and don't just like spontaneously combust out of just pure awfulness.
Well,
like I couldn't
that's
get
not how physics works, Gitano. Let's keep this conversation serious. Like, seriously, fuck that guy, man.
But it made me I couldn't listen to the whole clip. I felt physically ill because I'm like, how do you say that and just not Like how I don't get that at all. Like it's so
And then the best part
awful.
is his son Danny literally after he goes on the rant, says, if I can just speak to what we are doing on the future, and Rocky, his father, literally says, no, it's none of your business.
That's
And
like,
repeats, it's none of your business, like 6 fucking times.
but here's the thing: is like it is entirely our business.
Yes. Yes.
Like
Absolutely.
that's what that whole investigation like was kind of about. Was like that is our business. That is everyone's business when people are getting sexually harassed and assaulted at your like in your organization. It becomes everyone's business immediately.
Well, yes, and the thing is, it's a town hall. Do you not think that question is coming? That's what you prepared? Because that's what I believe. I honestly believe that wasn't a knee-jerk reaction. That he knew he was going to say that. He wanted to say, "Fuck you. I'm rich. You're not. Shut up."
Yeah, he knew if he got that question, that was the answer they were getting. That was,
And he had to have known the question was coming.
have
Like, how do you not in that
yeah,
scenario?
like
You're
how is that
hosting
not
a town hall. This is what's been going on for
how
the
is that
past
not
year.
the first question? That should have been question number one.
What else would we ask you about? The team's shit. You're not going anywhere. There's nothing else to talk about.
No, the story around the Blackhawks for the last year and a half has been this. It's been nothing to do with on the ice or fucking, prospects or anything. Like no. Like this has been the conversation around the Chicago Blackhawks for a year and a half.
I was shocked when I heard, like, I read some of the quotes first, and then when I watched the video, I almost threw up.
Yeah, I couldn't get through the video. It made me so just angry and fucking like I don't know how you say that. Like how?
Unbelievable. Absolutely deplorable. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely deplorable. And like I said, that's the answer that this guy had prepared. And like, seriously, his kid's sitting there looking at him as he's going on this rant, and like, you can read the body language on everybody on stage's face. They're just like, you are absolutely sewering us right now. You are throwing a grenade for no reason, like, for absolutely no reason. I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it. And I don't understand how he can sit there and keep himself on as chairman after, like,
yeah.
And just insane. Just absolutely
how,
ridiculous.
When we were talking about the NHL and the HDA, like how that was like a muffin of a pitch to them that all they had to do was swing, and like that's a muffin of a question for him, honestly. If he's got, half a brain, it's a muffin of a question. This is what we're doing, so this doesn't happen again, and explain that. Like that's easy. Like that's it. That's all he has to say.
Yeah.
And he does that. Like,
just unbelievable. Just unreal. I cannot believe that we have to have this conversation again. But like, man, they haven't learned a thing. Like, not a thing. No, he hasn't learned a thing. Again, man, like, he literally is just saying, I threw so much money at this, I shouldn't have to hear about it anymore.
Yeah. And it's like,
I fired my buddies. Pardon?
That's just not how this works. Like, at all.
No. I was watching the Steve Dangle podcast, and he said it exactly, though, to be honest with you. There's some things, Rocky, that money just can't buy. No. You just, it's not going to buy us getting over this, man. No. And you know what? I hope that every season's ticket holder that you have has called and burned the relationship that they have with the team. I hope that every sponsor of the Chicago Blackhawks pulls their sponsorship. I hope that you are broke. I hope this team is a burden on you now. You jackass.
Like, if he doesn't want to deal with this, sell the team. Fuck off. Get out of our league.
Honestly, we did. Like, you absolutely have. Every day, the need for the Chicago Blackhawks and its ownership group gets less and less. Every day. Every second.
Like, he's taking, an original six, one of the most important teams in the league, and just fucking driving them into the ground.
Throwing a grenade. Yeah. Throwing grenades. Constantly, everywhere. Just
so unnecessary.
Yep. Just an idiot. I don't know. Anyway, that's about all I have to say on that topic. And the best part is actually I got another thing. And like the next day, Rick Westhead came out and said, "Oh, guess what? We are talking about 2010 again, Rocky, because here's 3 more lawsuits for you."
Yep. I just
like I'm my knee is like going right now. Like I'm triggered again. Like and this is I can't believe we have to have this conversation again.
Like it's just so like it's needlessly frustrating at this point. Like all it takes is them just being like, yeah, like just fucking eat the responsibility. Like it's yours. Just fucking take it. Take this shot on the chin. Fucking own it, be better, and that's it. That's all this has to be. And they're just making it so much worse than it needs to be for no reason at all.
Yeah, deplorable. That's the word, deplorable. Anyway, sorry for swearing so much there. As you can tell, this is a topic that is I'm quite emotional about, and yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, let's finish the show on a positive note here.
Yeah.
So, fill in the blanks. Do we have any more to go?
I think that was it. So
that was it, eh?
No more
filling the blanks for the day.
Not a great week for content, for being honest.
Yeah, it's well, there was no hockey, and the All-Star game is the least content driving thing. Like it's absolutely meaningless. So,
so for next week though, for this week in terms of games, so let's go Olympics first. The men play Germany on Thursday, the United States on Friday, and then China on Sunday morning. I will get the women up in just a second here. This website is not great for the in terms of users. Let's see. So I believe the women play. So we've got the Russians tonight. We've got the States on Monday, and then it goes into the knockout stages. I don't know how that's going to look entirely yet. And then the Habs play Tuesday. We've got the Devils. Thursday, we've got the Capitals. Saturday, the Blue Jackets. And Sunday, the Sabres. That is our week of hockey. What about the Leafs?
So for the Leafs, we are in Toronto versus the Hurricanes tomorrow, Monday night, followed by a 9:00 game in Calgary on Thursday. And then Saturday, 7 p.m. In Vancouver. So that's the week. And then, obviously we'll have a show on the Sunday, but then we go and play in Seattle the first time the following Monday. So that'll be fun.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I should say all the Canadians games are at home. We got a home stretch here. Finally.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this should be a jam-packed month of hockey the rest of this month. So I'm quite excited about that. Because we've been, 2 times a week isn't cutting it anymore. Jesus, it's actually so frustrating. Like, anyway, so hopefully that's going to come to an end, and we'll be rolling here. They went into the All-Star game, All-Star break hot, winning, I believe it was 5 in a row. Yeah, Islanders, Ducks, Wings, Devils, 5 in a row. Coming out against the Hurricanes. Obviously, the Hurricanes are a really, really good hockey team.
They are.
So should be a tough game tomorrow, but it'll be a fun one to watch. You always like to see your team go up against the other better teams in the league. Give yourself a little bit of a measuring stick where you're at.
No, you don't. Not if you're a Habs fan.
When you are a top team in the league, you like to go up against other top teams just to kind of pitch yourself, see where you are, see where you're at. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what we got coming up, and very exciting.
I do believe that is everything for the week then, Ave.
Okay, well, episode 45. Thanks for listening. Thanks again to TGEM for powering us and hosting us on your platform. We will talk to you again Sunday. We're going to go play some hockey ourselves.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Ciao. Thanks for listening.